him and Gaoshin were talking.
Well, I don't know that's why he wants her again, though.
I think so. He's got to tell her everything if he wants her on his team.
I know what you're saying. I don't feel like that was in the last... Why it was the Lishu one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the bath. And then he scolded like her old head lady in waiting. Took her fucking hairpin out.
Oh, I got some things to talk about. Eunuch. I'm going to let you take a good look at this. This is last episode. This is where I said, doesn't she look kind of feminine? Or he looked like kind of... I think that's Sue Ray. It looks like her, too.
Think so?
If I had a picture of her, I'd pull it up, but... Again, I don't know why. That's the biggest one.
Well, where would she have gotten all like the burns and scars?
Yeah, she's smart. She could probably fake them. Or something happened to her. But yeah, I know what you mean. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm John.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Steve.
I thought we started already. My bad.
No.
But I'll leave it in. Because I think that it's Sue Ray. Because I mentioned to you last time, I'm like, very feminine looking. And then when I was making the full length, I'm looking at her face again, or his face again, and I'm like, for some reason, I'm pretty sure that looks like Sue Ray. And then I looked up a picture of her. I'm like, that's got to be her.
Maybe.
Yes, I know. I'm hesitant too because I don't know why at all.
Right. Or if that would even be a thing where a lady would pretend to be a eunuch, you know?
Because I just don't know what her motives would be.
Because, like, why would you? You are a lady. You can be in the rear palace.
My whole thing is, Mao Mao has brought her up on numerous occasions well after she left. And I feel like
maybe it's a relative of hers if it's not her.
I think she's behind a lot of the shit that's gone down, specifically with like the Gyoko poisonings and stuff. I think it's a ball shot in the dark, but I think she's heavily involved in something, and that's why she's making her appearance again here. I just feel like I feel like they would notice her.
Yeah, they would. Yeah,
you know,
you would think that they would know her.
Yeah, right.
If that were the case, so maybe it is a relative or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out.
And then,
but maybe not. What do we got? 10 episodes left?
It was 15, right? Yeah. One thing I noticed today when I was editing episode 5 of season 2, Lulan's father, his name is Shisho, kind of like Shishui. Just trying to claim my point more there that it's his sister, or at least some type of relative.
Maybe.
I just don't know to what degree.
Right.
Because, like you said, why is she?
Why is she a servant girl?
Right.
And if she's a high-ranking person, but yeah, who knows?
I know. Alrighty.
Anything's possible in this goddamn palace.
I know. Everything's crazy and political and conniving. Yeah. Ooh, ice. That's pretty straightforward. Oh, that's right. Because remember Xiaolon spilled the ice at the very, very end? And the one eunuch was flipping out?
Yeah.
And we were like, it's going to be Lulan. I bet you.
Because he was bringing that ice to, we thought Lulan.
That's our guess, yeah. All right. It's funny. I feel like we've saw a lot of these scenes already. Jinshi holding her jumping off the cliff.
She was dressed like that, right? Or no?
Yeah, because it was like that special occasion or whatever. She was dressed like that until she wasn't in the cave. Until she found the frog.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was editing episode 5 of season 2 today, the very beginning I went to say something, and I had like a frog in my throat, and I go, sorry, I had a frog in my throat. I had to put in captions, not that frog.
Yeah, right.
I was cracking up when I was editing it this morning. I was like, God damn it. I didn't know. I was like, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yes, Mao Mao. I was about to say, I'm happy she's there. When you think about it, it makes sense. Made sense. Right.
ではこれを使って私が別のものを用意します。それをローラン妃の元へ。
What is she gonna do with a black ice?
できるものならやってみろ。あと1時間もないがな。
わかりました。ギリギリ間に合うか。それ以前に材料
What
が
a
揃
good
うか
friend
どう
she
か。
is too. She didn't have to do this.
利用できるものを使うしか。
Look at his face.
なぜこんなところに。
Mao Mao, he's always there.
そんなこと考えてる場合じゃない。
He's so proud of her. Poor Xiaolong. This doctor is such a nice guy.
先にかんざしをもらえたと。
I was wondering if that's what that
前を
was.
水歩いていたから。
妃様、私のこと気に入ってくれたか
She's like the sweetest, most innocent one there. Her and Lishu.
頭ごなしに怒鳴られて、あの場では怖くて動けなかったんだな。
Why does he have to like look like romantically at her like that?
何か用か？
I was gonna say he could
調
probably
理場と材
help
料を
out.
貸していただけませんか。私がジン様に与えられるものはございません。でも貸してください。分不相応にも程があるが、そんなことは言ってら
There's
れない。
0% chance he says no.
お前がやらかしたことではないだろ
そうですね。もともと噂話を聞くのにちょうどいい存在だった。
She's your best friend.
Pretty much.
う。では条件をつけよう。人の話は最後まで聞け。
Like in the cave.
そんなことでいいのですか。
そんなこともできないのは誰だ？そうか。なら別の条
Right?
件
That's what I'm
にしよ
assuming he means. Like,
う。何がいいかな？
嫌な予感がする。
because he kept trying to
やっぱり
tell
王
her.
様を頼るか。いや、ローラン妃のことで頼るわけには。
Oh. Nice catch.
Yep.
ありがとうございます。
Let him have
お前
that.
かんざしはつかない
That'll do
のか？翡翠宮の侍女たちはもう少し洒落てるぞ。園遊会でやったのがあるだろう。あ、まさか売り払ってないだろうな。
売っていません。今はまだ。
She's not an accessory kind of
じゃ
girl.
あそれをつけてこい。つけてきたらその時いいよ。調理場だな。用意させる。
Man, they're really dragging this out. Him telling her. I get it, but I just can't wait for it to finally come out.
How long do you think it takes her to put his hairpin in?
Probably a while.
I was gonna say last episode of the season.
Correct.
砂糖と果物と牛
What is she gonna make? Like a fruit ice
新鮮なのがあってよかっ
sculpture
た。
Like
牛
maybe.
の乳は特に腐りやすいし。
or ice cream? Oh yeah. Remember the end of the intro? There's ice cream. That's definitely what she's doing. Have
氷
you
を
ever
砕
tried
いて
making
る。
ice cream?
Yeah.
Not easy.
We made it in school.
Really? I never got to do that. Got gypped.
That's because we were cooler than you.
果物を入れて、さらに混ぜて、器に盛り付ければ。
That's more like it. Damn, that looks good too.
見ての通り、アイスだよ。まあ、9大点か。
味見って必要じゃない？
いつもの調子が戻ってきたな。残ったやつなら。
It's the best.
なんだ？おい、できたのか？
こちらを届けてください。
本当に大丈夫なんだろうな。
Yeah, that's all you got. That's what ice cream will do to you. That's what happens to me every time I take a scoop of ice cream.
I love
That's
ice cream
the
so
best.
much.
If I had one dessert to pick, it's definitely that one.
Yeah. Or cake.
もうそれより溶けちゃう前に食べよう
Now
よ。
you're talking.
そうだよ、食べようよ。
What? She always shows up.
なんでここに？
なんか騒がしかったから仕事放り出して来てしまいました。ろくでもないね。
What else is new? Ditch and work.
おいしいわこれ。はい。おいしい。
Next thing you know, Mao Mao's gonna open up an ice cream parlor in the Ru Palace.
Yep.
The Emperor will be okay with it.
She's gonna have to. Everybody's gonna find out about
That's
it.
usually what happens.
生まれるまであともう少し。
I didn't realize she was due that soon.
今のところ順調かな。
You know what that means, though.
不思議ね。
Everything
リ
seems
ンリンの
good.
時と違って下ばかり蹴ってるの。
Uh-oh.
下
赤
The
子の
baby
うちか
upside
ら
down.
母性が出るのね。
Damn it.
リンリー姫の出産はどうでしたか？
安産だったわよ。ウィーザンとは思えないくらい。
この子
It's
の
gotta be what
体
it
が
is.
小さかったのも幸いしたのかしら。
助産はどなたが？
私がやり
And
ま
she has
し
to
た
get。her dad in there. The master.
断言はできませんが、逆子かもしれません。
逆子？
はい。ずいぶん下の方ばかり蹴られているようなので、リンリー姫の時上ばか
I
り
like how
を蹴って
Langley's
い
a
た
little
なら
nervous too.
頭が下にあったはず。一番大きな頭が先に出ることで赤子が円滑に生まれます。もう少し詳しく触診すればわかるかもしれませんが。
できるの？
You think Mad Mao's delivering this
断言
baby?
はできない親父から教わったのは
She's gotta go pick his brain a little bit.
I was gonna say she just has to call him.
この子を産んだ時に比べたら大したことないわ。
母は強しか。
Well, Mad Mao's delivering this baby. I'm certain.
I think she. I don't know.
No, I'm just half kidding.
What does she plan on doing?
Well,
Go inside her?
I think she's got to go head, not head first, but hands first.
お腹の中で向きを変えることもありますが、出産までの時間を考えると。
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like they can adjust him, right?
どうすればいいの？
I know, I'm talking out of my ass, but
もし逆子のままだったらどうなるのかしら。
腹を切ることになるかもしれません。
back then, that's no bueno.
ヤブがもっとまともな医者だったら。
I feel like this is all leading up for her dad, you know.
高級に入る以上、
Maybe Jinshi can
玉があ
replace
って
him.
はいけ
And
な
her
い。
dad's castrated.
腕が良くて宦官でもある医官なんて。
Mao Mao.
いた。一人、最適な人物が。だけど。
まあま
But
あ
he was kicked out of
I
there.
know, that's the issue, I think.
一人、心当たりがあります。
そうなの？
医術の腕は申し分ありません。
The best.
世界で赤子を取り上げた経験もあります。罪人です。
認められません。玉葉様と巫女の命に関わることです
You gotta say who he
信
is,
頼
Mao
のおけ
Mao.
るものでなければ。
信頼できます。この国一番の医者です。過去には帝と今の東宮様、そしてアードー妃の巫女を取り上げています。高級を追放された理由についてはアードー妃関連としか。実際親父から何か聞いたわけでも確信があるわけでもない。
That is honestly all she
記
knows,
憶
right?
はあれどただの憶測だ。
その人はマオマオとどういう関係
She
なの？
she didn't want to have to say it.
養父です。薬師としての師でもあります。
わかったわ。
She's
そ
like,
の
get
方
him
を
in
呼ば
here.
ないか、人種殿に提案してみましょう。
They're gonna be interesting though.
玉葉様。
本にゃ。
Because his
私は
secret
優
is
秀な方に
wrapped
任
around
せた
her
いの。
or him.
信頼できるならなおいいわ。それに悪い人だとは思えないのよ。野良猫みたいな子がこれだけ懐いてるんだもの。
野良猫
でも罪人です。
本にゃ。あの頃の高級の話はあなたも聞いているでしょ。偉大なる女帝の知性に翻弄された方がどんなにいたことか。
Damn, we need a show about that time period. It sounds like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
わかりました。
Gyoko's great, man.
そうとなれば、早速あの子に文を書かないとね。
さすがの貫禄。これが母になる妃というものか。
She's the best one, I think. All around.
玉葉様に話を
Sure, she doesn't have the voluptuous of Lihua. Oh, he's here.
すまないね。
He's the best.
お待ちしておりました。ルーメンだ。
They couldn't ride the cart up the hill for him.
Just like a little bit further, you know?
Poor guy.
また戻ってくることになるとはね。
老婆のような姿をした男が高級にやってきた。
Fucked up.
優しそうよね。穏やかだし。
普通の人みたい。
That's
こ
fucked
の
up.
人がマオマオを育てたのみたいな。すごくわかる。
Quiet, Ribbon.
あなたたち。
何を想像してたんですか？
まあ、なんて言えば。
The guy that wears a monocle.
常
Imagine.
識人っぽくない？
だよね。
Oh, here we go with this music. Surae, I know it's you. I'm on to you. I'll get you in the next one.
I was gonna say, it's just gonna end right there again.
She's like, oh
2 in a
yeah,
row where like it just ends
on her.
on the eunuch.
I'm calling her because it's her.
You don't know.
I am certain, my friend. I'm more certain that that's Surae than I am that Shisui is Lulan's sister. And I'm very certain of that.
We don't know either of those things.
I do not, but I'm confident. I'm sticking to my guns.
That's fun that her dad's there now.
Right.
Both her dads now are back there.
Yeah, I want to.
Not in the rear palace, but
I would love to see like them bump into each other to see,
Yeah.
because we don't know if they've talked since he was kicked out. You know,
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. At least not in person. You know.
I mean, unless it was him that asked, unless Locken asked him to like take Mau Mau, and like that was the last time they talked. But
And I don't think that because the way they made it seem was like he showed up to the
brothel.
I don't know why I was blanking on the word, and they kind of asked or like, but you know, I bet you the granny, they probably all told him the story of what happened, so he probably knew that it was Locken's daughter. You know what I mean?
Did they know who he was by name though? Locken?
I would assume he was there all the time, because even when he showed back up, Locken and Granny was like, "You like get out of here!" Like,
well, she knew what he looked like, but I don't know if they knew who he was.
Maybe the dad was able to put it together. Maybe.
I'm not too sure. Maybe we'll get a couple answers in like the next couple of them about how he came to get her, because they never really told us that, right? We
just saw
Granny
it.
giving it to her.
There was that one
him.
scene where he was like walked into the brothel, and I just remember it was like raining or something, and
Yeah,
I forget what episode that was.
I'd like to see more of how she was raised, because she knows who he is. She knows that it's her great uncle, and she knew about Locken and all that stuff. So it had to have been him that told her. But
They don't. The two of them don't seem like the people that like hide things from each other. Everything she knows, he knows, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I am actually surprised by a little bit, because I guess Jinshi doesn't know specifically about her father. I guess he wouldn't, right?
What do you mean about it being Locken?
No, about about Lumen, their adopted dad, being the doctor during the birth when he was. I guess I don't think he does know that, right?
I don't see how he would,
If anything, he would think he was the one that delivered.
because it's possible that he delivered Jinshi, right? No, he was already. Yeah.
Well, no, he
it's
did.
Possible.
I don't think no, because remember he got pulled away. At least from what we saw, he was supposed to, and then he had to focus on the current
Emperor's
wife,
Emperor's son.
Yes, the current Emperor's son, which would have been the Dowager's when she like forced him to have sex with her, right? Isn't that what that was? We figured that out. Remember, she like cornered him in his bed and like scared the shit out of him, and then he became a hermit.
Yeah.
That's supposedly when she got pregnant, which would have been the baby.
That was that. Yeah.
Which would have been the baby that Feng Meng killed.
Right.
If
Oh,
all that stuff adds up. So then,
Or yeah. Right.
so theoretically, her dad was adoptive dad Lumen. He was doing the birthing of that kid, not Jinshi.
Yeah. But she did say that the Emperor, the current Emperor, he was the doctor that delivered him.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because he's not like super old. The current emperor, I would say he's like I think we said in his 40s.
Yeah.
Because I think we were talking about it when we were like, oh, well, Jinshi's 19, 20-ish. So if he's 40, that makes total sense. He would have been like Jinshi's age when he had him.
Right.
Or had him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right.
I know, it's
When
confusing.
he had him. Or had him.
I know, I'm like losing my mind trying to figure out who's who. I mean, I know it, but I don't know it for sure.
Yeah, nothing's been confirmed. Like, we
They don't-
can't, it's still all, as Mao would say, it's still all conjecture.
I know. It's just so annoying because, like, I'm so confident in all these things.
But we were both pretty confident that Locken was just a scumbag piece of shit. And it
Hey,
turns out
to be fair,
to
though,
not have been.
they made us really believe that he was. So I think that was the intention.
I mean, they just kind of made us believe it, and we really went with it.
We wanted to hate it because he had a monocle.
It's a stupid monocle,
It
you
is.
know?
It's all for show, too. That's even worse.
Right, I don't even need it. Sometimes you switch eyes with it.
Somebody commented saying, like, yeah, he wears that monocle. It's not like for vision. It's just like a fashion choice. I'm like, that makes it worse.
Yeah. That doesn't make it any goddamn better.
No. At least if he needs to see, I kind of get it, but
Right.
I guess back then it was a status thing, so I gotta wait
What
again.
can you do? Yep.
Nothing. I can't do anything until we watch the next one.
Yeah, hopefully soon.
I know. Anyway, guys, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.
See you later.